Wait, whoa, 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 wait. Are you ready for the best ever fantasy football draft that you've ever seen in your fantasy sports loving life? If so, buckle up. We are about to begin. Welcome to Game Pick Fantasy. I'm Robin Marks. You can connect with us at Game Pick Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Also, YouTube. Now, let's be 100% clear. This is predominantly a basketball channel. Tonight, as you can tell from the level of my voice, I'm getting my Casey Kasem on. My kids are sleeping upstairs. My wife is sleeping upstairs. I'm celebrating tonight, finishing up my semester for college, and I wanted to do something a little different, which is a fantasy football draft. So, with no further ado, I'm going to talk about what kind of format we're dealing with tonight. So, we're going to be doing a 12 team PPR redraft league on the Sleeper app. So let's just go ahead and get this started. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. So, oh, is it the wrong window? Shish kebabs. Let me get my life together. Stop sharing that, Robin. Let's share another screen. Delete that. And that's the thing about live, man. When you're doing live, you just got to make sure things are tight. All right. So this is what we're dealing with. We're going to draft from the first position tonight. And you know what? I'll give you a little story. As long as I've been playing fantasy sports, I have never, ever, ever had the first pick. Fantasy football, fantasy basketball, and every single format, league, whatever. I've never received the first pick. It's heartbreaking. And honestly, come to think about it, there was one league where I actually had the opportunity to pick who went first, and I selected myself first. Oh no, that's so wrong. And I picked the Joker for basketball. But in football, I've never had the pleasure of being the first pick. So let's see how it feels. With that said, let's go ahead and just start this draft, man. Let's get it cooking. Oh, wait, I want to make sure sound is being shared. Is sound being shared here? Let's make sure the sound is being shared. Wait a minute. I want you to have the whole full share tab. The music is there. All right, let's do the draft, man. The best draft ever in your long-legged life. Let's go. So I have 5 minutes on the clock just because I wanted to make sure I had a little bit of time to do some commentary. With that said, the unanimous pick for fantasy right now with the first pick is Jonathan Taylor. I don't want to go against the grain. If I actually had the first pick in real life, I would take Jonathan Taylor. So I'm going to just take him. Second is Christian McCaffrey. Third is Derrick Henry. Fourth is Cooper Kupp. Fifth, Austin Eckler. Sixth, Najee Harris. Seventh, Jamar Chase. Eighth, Justin Jefferson. Ninth, Devontae Adams. 10th, Joe Mixon. 11th, looks like Dalvin Cook. 12th looks like Swift. Then in the top of the second round, we got Kelsey. We got Diggs. We got Tyreek Hill. We got CeeDee Lamb. Andrews. I don't know about that in the second round. Nick Chubb. Deebo Samuel. Alvin Kamara going late. Things have changed. Aaron Jones. Kyle Pitts very early. Josh Allen. And then I'm up again with the 12th pick, which is the bottom of the second round. So right now, the options that I have, it looks like Saquon Barkley is still there. And, you know, Saquon has been the kind of player who had all of this hype around him, and people believe that he would be like the next coming of like Walter Payton. And honestly, with the injuries and his inconsistencies surrounding health, it hasn't been the case. So I'm concerned about him as a Giants fan, but also just as a fantasy player. Javonte Williams is interesting. I like Javonte Williams, but again, with him having to deal with, Melvin Gordon kind of leeching and feasting off of those touches. Not sure how I feel about Javonte Williams so early. If this was in fact a dynasty league and he was, available at this point, I might be interested. But for a redraft league, I don't know how I feel about Javonte Williams. I think Leonard Fournette here on Sleepers rankings is way too high. I think Mike Evans is okay. With Brady coming back, I think he'll be a consistent contributor. AJ Brown, I love him here. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna be able to produce on a high level, and AJ Brown is obviously a world class receiver. Then we have people like Oh shoot. Then we have people like Keenan Allen and Ezekiel Elliott, who I love Zeke, but Zeke the last couple years has been a real disappointment. James Conner, I think this is a little high. I would reach for a quarterback here, especially if I saw that one of my league mates grabbed Josh Allen here in the second round. I would consider a Patrick Mahomes, but traditionally, I'm the kind of fantasy football player that drafts quarterbacks in the fourth or fifth round. I'm really not so interested in going that early. But if I did grab a second round quarterback, it would be somebody like Patrick Mahomes, or as you can see here, Justin Herbert. So I just want to simplify things. I don't want to make this too long. I'm just going to grab Saquon. Again, who knows? Will he be healthy? I'm a Giants fan. I don't have faith that he'll be healthy just because history has shown that the man can't stay healthy. But if we do, in fact, get a healthy Saquon Barkley, grabbing him late in the second round is going to be super, super valuable. And you're making tons and tons of profit on your investment. So we'll grab him and we'll see who we'll grab on the turn. So now I have back-to-back picks. So for me now, at me having two running backs in the bag, I always like to grab my running backs early. And I know that this season, with the Justin Jeffersons, with the Jamar Chases, and with the Cooper Cups, people are drafting wide receivers a little early. Still not my cup of tea. I would have to see it to believe it. I believe there's so much value at the wide receiver position in the later rounds that for me, I'm okay with just grabbing a running back because they're hard to come by when it comes to fantasy. So right now, Javonte Williams, again, no interest in Javonte Williams at all. Ezekiel Elliott, will he be the one that gets me there? Now, here's the thing about Zeke. Again, just like Saquon, you're banking on him showing you something different than what history has proven. History has proven that Ezekiel is like he's tapering off. He's not the same running back that he was when he was, at the top of the game getting big contracts and whatnot. So for me, I feel like I'm comfortable at the wide receiver position. With the running back position, Javonte Williams, again, too much of a question mark with Melvin Gordon in that backfield. Um, but Ezekiel Elliott here, I'm not mad at that. If I can grab Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, and Ezekiel Elliott, it feels like I'm grabbing all of the greatest running backs over the last 5 or 6 years. At one point, Barkley was the guy. At one point, Elliott was the guy. And now Taylor's the guy. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to grab Ezekiel Elliott. Next goes Evans. Then somebody grab Williams, Fournette, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, Connor. Mahomes goes in the third round. David Montgomery, very interesting. George Kittle, Justin Herbert, which I love. What? Let me make sure I got this all together here. That is Cam Akers. No, no, no. I'm sorry. That is after Herbert is T. Higgins. Then on the turn is Cam Akers, Gibson, Metcalf, Johnson, which what's happening in Pittsburgh, I'm not sure how I feel about Deontay Johnson, but I'm not mad at that. Etienne, I have Etienne in my dynasty league, so I'm very interested to see what he does. Pittman, Waller, I'm over Waller. Waller has been underperforming for the last couple years, and I think that his successful years might have very well been a fluke. Terry McLaurin, love it. Moore, Hall, wow, that's early to grab Bryce Hall. And I was gonna talk about rookies. I have my notes here for rookies. That's way early for him. Waddle, and then I am up. So this is a point where I would think about grabbing a quarterback in the fourth round. Lamar Jackson is still on the table. In terms of running backs, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, Joe Burrow, Cortland Sutton, Elijah Mitchell, Mike Williams, Marquise Brown, TJ Hawkinson. I wouldn't grab him so early. Kyler Murray's there. So I'm gonna grab a quarterback right now. But while we're here, why don't we take a minute to just kind of think about it and talk about it? So the best quarterbacks have already gone off the board. So you have Josh Allen went first. Love that pick. Then we have Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. For me, I don't really have a 1 through 5 ranking on the top quarterbacks. What I would say is that I know who those top quarterbacks are. I believe Josh Allen is in that conversation. I believe Patrick Mahomes is in that conversation. I believe Justin Herbert is in that conversation. I like Lamar Jackson there, especially with his rushing ability. And of course, the Joe Burrows of the world are in that conversation. So for me right now, I want to secure an ace quarterback. So Lamar Jackson, I've never had him on a fantasy team. Joe Burrow, I feel like is one of those primetime performers. I think that in the regular season, you're going to get quality from him, but you're not going to get out of this world, performances from him consistently. I think Lamar Jackson at his best is dropping like 60 fantasy points, like he's going nuts. I think for Joe Burrow, he's consistent in the 20s, 30s, and he's not going to have one of those big games in the regular season. In the playoffs, in the real life playoffs, he's amazing. But he kind of reminds me of like Eli Manning, where like in the regular season, he's good, he puts up numbers, but in the playoffs, he really shows what kind of minerals he's made of. So for me, I'm going to just go with Lamar Jackson here. Then on the turn, this is where it gets a little crazy. I haven't picked up a receiver yet. I don't have my number one receiver yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a switch here and put my I'm going to change my settings just to show me wide receivers because I need a wide receiver right now. So Jerry Jeudy with Russell Wilson throwing him the ball is interesting. Amari Cooper, I don't know who their quarterback is going to be this season. So I have sacrificed my I've sacrificed my wide receivers to get that quarterback and also these 3 receivers. So I'm not mad at Adam Thielen. People are sleeping on Adam Thielen right now. Adam Thielen has proven to be one of the most consistent wide receivers in fantasy football. He's not going to be the guy that's like getting you 50, 40, 30 fantasy points, but he's going to get you 15 or 20. And for me, consistency is better than just, a big game here and there. So I love Devontae Smith as well. I like Hunter Renfrow. So if I was going to draft a receiver here, man, that's ugly. It would have to kind of be Jerry Jeudy and just hope and pray that Russell Wilson will be the kind of distributor that we think he'll be. I'm going to grab Jerry Jeudy here. Next up, we have Josh Jacobs goes off the board. Dobbins, Burrow, Sutton, Cooper, Mitchell, Williams, Godwin, Kyler Murray goes. Hawkinson, Hollywood Brown, Allen Robinson, St. Brown from Detroit, Harris, Dillon, Michael Thomas goes in the 6th round, Edwards-Helaire, Miles Sanders, Cooks, Bateman, Thielen, somebody grabbed them, Hopkins, somebody grabbed them. And then I am up next up with the 12th pick in the 6th round. So let's see what we got. So I'm not thinking about grabbing any tight ends. That's one thing that I'll tell you for me personally, tight ends, defenses, kickers. way later. Quarterbacks, maybe fourth or fifth round, but like I'm not that guy that's grabbing like Kelsey. I've never had Kelsey on a team. One year I tried to grab Waller. Mistake. Don't do it. There's too much talent for tight ends, defenses, and kickers later in the draft. It just doesn't make sense for me to spend that kind of draft capital so early in the draft. So here, I don't want to grab Jalen Hurts, but I'm tempted just because there's no telling what would happen with Lamar Jackson. However, due to my lack of wide receiver depth at this point, I'm going to have to grab Darnell Mooney from the Chicago Bears. So I'm going to grab Mooney here. And let's see what the computer does. Oh, I have a back to back. Yes. So, ooh, man, that's tasty. Yum, yum. So I could grab my backup quarterback right now, which is early, very early for a backup quarterback, like way too early for my taste. However, when Jalen Hurts is staring you dead in the face, what, in the seventh round, it's like sometimes you just got to make the tough call, right? So, like, I wouldn't normally look for my backup this early, but I'm considering it. Would I pull the trigger in a real draft? Absolutely not. Like a backup quarterback is just that, a backup quarterback. At this point in the draft, when we're talking about what, the seventh round? The seventh round? I'm looking at trying to grab another receiver or another quality running back. And just know, come 10th round, I'm looking at all rookies. So just to give you a little like preview of the future, foreshadowing, if you will, come the 10th, 11th round, all I'm looking for is rookies. So let's go ahead and take a look at what wide receivers are available. Let's look at running backs first, actually. Kareem Hunt is still there. Singletary, I think he might have a big season. Yeah, for running backs, is looking super shaky. I would be okay with Melvin Gordon and James Robinson, but right now, let me just go ahead and secure my wide receiver. So Juju Smith-Schuster is on the board. Drake London, who is one of the rookies very early. Honestly, if you think about it, the issue that I have with Drake London is that there's no faith in the quarterback play there. So for me, although I love the idea of grabbing him here, I think that due to poor quarterback play, that he might suffer. But it's a risk I'm kind of interested in taking. Juju Smith-Schuster, as much as I would like to take that gamble, I just believe that he has proven that he likes TikTok more than he likes playing football and hasn't performed in a number of years. He could do well in the Kansas City system, but that's not a risk that I'm willing to take. Devontae Smith, on the other hand, is um, a very young receiver with a lot of potential, great quarterback, and also with AJ Brown coming into Philly, I believe it could kind of free him up for a lot of looks and targets. With that said, I think I might just go with Devontae Smith here. Why not? Let's go with Devontae Smith. After Devontae Smith is Schultz, Hurts, Goddard, Prescott, London, Schuster, Moore, Walker, Hunt, Davis. On the turn, top of the eighth round is Russell Wilson. That's late for Russell. I don't think I've seen Russell Wilson go that late in ever, maybe, as long as I've been playing fantasy. Tony Pollard, Cordell Patterson, Tom Brady, Singletary, Zach Ertz, Aaron Rodgers. Wow. Aaron Rodgers going in the eighth round. Things have changed. Um, Keski, Wilson, Lockett, Renfro, and I am up again. Let's see what we got here. So now I'm looking. Let me see if I can steal me another running back right now. So let me just go right to, it looks like all the wide receivers are the next best available players. So let me take a look at what running backs are left over. So Melvin Gordon is interesting to me here because I believe he's going to get some touches. Um, yeah, James Robinson, not so confident with Etienne there. Alexander Madison. People draft Alexander Madison every year because they know that Dalvin Cook will get injured, but I don't want no parts of that. Um, yeah, the running back situation is oogly to say the least. So we're gonna just go back to best available. So I haven't drafted my tight end yet. I do believe that there is some value in Dawson Knox, and he is the next best available according to sleeper rankings. And according to my rankings, he's pretty high um in terms of tight ends. I like what he's done. He's a pretty good option here. I'm gonna just go ahead and just get my tight end right now and grab Dawson Knox. And on the turn, it looks like my next available is Brandon Ayuk. We got Chase Edmonds. I don't want to grab my backup quarterback now, but Matt Stafford would be a great selection. In terms of rookies here, I like Chris Olave here. And what round am I in? Is it time for rookie dancing? Not quite. I'll be a little early for rookie. So let me hold off on drafting any rookies. Let me kind of look and see what do we have here in terms of running backs and quarterbacks. I would want either a backup quarterback here or go ahead and just try to see what kind of scraps I can gather in terms of running backs. Chase Edmonds, I have no interest in that. Rashad Penny, no interest in that. James Cook, I don't know enough about, but again, I don't want to draft a rookie so high. Melvin Gordon, I'm confident will have a role in Denver. And if for some reason, he Williams goes down, he could easily become that top option and that bell cow running back that we look for. It's not pretty. It's kind of ugly. It's not sexy. It's kind of gross. But I think I'm going to draft Melvin Gordon here. Don't sue me. Next up, we got Ayuk, Edmonds, Olave goes, Stafford goes, Penny, Lance, Kirk, Cook, Spiller, what's his name? I'm sorry. I can't even see it here. The tight end from Pittsburgh, what is his name? Fremont. Then we have Claypool, Robert Woods, Carr, Gage, Lazard, Watson, Carter, Moore, Pierce, Stevenson, Madison. Ugh. Robinson, and then I'm up again. So now we're getting into that area where I'm thinking about drafting rookies. So just know I'm thinking about drafting rookies. Not something that I want to do at this point, but 10th, 11th round, I'm thinking about it. So let's take a look and see who are my best available players right now. We got Tony. I read an article about Tony. I think he will be good this year, even with Daniel Jones at center, Cole Kmet, Ronald Jones, Michael Gallup. Ugh, it gets ugly at this place. Jameson Williams, Tyler Boyd, Kirk Cousins. Oh my God, I'm throwing up in my mouth. Hunter Henry. Oh my God. Tua. I'm not mad at Tua here. Jarvis Landry, Naeem Hines, Irv Smith, Deshaun Watson want nothing to do with you, bruh. Nothing. Rondell Moore, Darrell Henderson, Justin Fields, Dotson. Okay, so let's grab a rookie here. So I like Jameson Williams here just because I know that Detroit is always going to be fighting, from behind. They're always going to be down. They're always going to be fighting from behind. And I think that having young receivers like this and just trying to see what they can do can work. So I'm going to just Tyler Boyd is there. Man, this is tough. Williams, Boyd. Let's do rookies next round. Let's not quite go the rookie route. Let's get Tyler Boyd. Let's play it safe. Yep, let's do it. Next up on the back-to-back, well, I might as well, right? I gotta take Jameson Williams. Let's do it. So now I grabbed. I'm wide receiver heavy now. Now I got 5 wide receivers. What I'm gonna do on the turn is try to see on the next pick is try to see if I can grab me a running back. So Tony went after Williams, Cousins, Okinawu, Henderson, Tua, Henry, Kimmett, Jones, Moore, Gallup, Watson, Aguilar, Valdez, Stanley, Hines, White, Fields, Landry, Smith, Galladay, Pickens, Shark, Nguko. And now let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got left. Marlon Mack, get out of here. J.D. McKissick, get out of here. Gainwell, oh my God. Khalil Herbert, what's happening? Darrell Williams, I can't. Mark Ingram, maybe. Gus Edwards, Oh my God. Running backs is ugly. Raheem Mostert, Jamal Williams, Brian Robinson, Chuba Hubbard. So this is interesting because McCaffrey gets injured every year for the last couple of years. Grabbing Chuba Hubbard here could be an interesting play. Not sure how I feel about it, though. I think I'm going to take a rookie. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're going to grab a rookie. So the first rookie up is Brian Robinson. Then we have Zamir White. Then we have Hassan Haskins. We're going to just grab a rookie blindly grab a rookie, which is Tyrion Davis Price. We're going to grab him. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I would be playing myself. Let me just take my time. Noah Fant, Tyler Higbee, Devontae Parker. I can't get another receiver. This is crazy. I have time to get my backup quarterback. Let me just do it. Let me just get it out of the way. Where are we? We're in the 12th round, and then I'll have a back-to-back pick. I'm going to just grab Trevor Lawrence. Lord forgive me. I'm sorry. Trevor Lawrence it is. Now, running back, Marlon Mack with Houston. Oh, my God. Who's the rookie? Next rookie up. We're going to get Tyrion Davis Price. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Thank you. I did it. That was me. All me. Okay. So after Price was Mack, Myers, McKissick, Patrick, Dotson. The Chargers went Herbert, Fant, Higbee, Rams, Gainville, Tucker. The people are picking kickers. Now, listen, for me, I'll tell you later. Butker, McPherson, Bills, Carlson, Hardman, Buccaneers, 49ers, Gay, Cowboys. I'm not mad at the Cowboys. Bass, and let's see. So for me, and this is, again, you can have your strategy. This is mine. So for me, I never draft a kicker. I might draft the defense. But some drafts that I do, I don't draft the defense. I just kind of like let it rock. Kickers, never, ever. What I'll do is I'll draft a bunch of skill players. If somebody's injured, put them in the IR, then I'll pick up a kicker and I'll change my kickers week to week based on their matchups. I'm never just wasting a draft pick on a kicker. Now, for defenses, that's something to consider. So now I got 2 more picks left before we wrap this draft up. So let me see what kind of goodness I can get here. So Darrell Williams, Mark Ingram, I think is a good pick. I think he could do something. I think Jamal Williams could do something. Brian Robinson, not so confident, but he's a rookie, and that's interesting to me. But these are all running backs. Let me just switch to next or best available. Gronkowski's retired. Why is he here? Devontae Parker with the Patriots is interesting to me. Darrell Williams, interesting. I think for me here, I want to look at the next best available defense we have here. It looks like it's between the Ravens and the Saints. And then there's a bit of a gap. New England, Pittsburgh, Green Bay. Yeah, I mean, I'll draft my defense last if I do anything. I'm not going to draft a defense right now. I'm going to go ahead and go back over here, see if there are any running backs specifically. I'm a little low on running backs, so I think I need a hit now. So let me just go ahead and draft a couple more rookies just to be safe
Wow!
and just see what happens. My I'll
Wow!
pick up my defense and my kickers week to week. I'll stream and hopefully one of these guys will hit. So just to give you a little update, last round, after I drafted White, Ravens, Prater, Saints, Folk, you, Blankship, Colts, Gould, Patriots, Parker, and the Steelers. And that concludes the draft. Let me see if I can take a look at my roster just so you guys can see it here. So we got Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor at RB1, Saquon Barkley at RB2, Jerry Judy at wide receiver 1, which I'm not very happy with in terms of having a wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 2 was Darnell Mooney. Tight end, Dawson Knox. Very happy with that. First flex spot is Ezekiel Elliott. Not mad at that at all. Second flex spot, Devontae Smith. Not mad at that either. No kicker, no defense. We'll get those guys. We'll stream those guys or those spots later. Melvin Gordon, the first one off the bench. I'm okay with that. Tyler Boyd next. Love that. Jameson Williams, not sure what to expect from the young man. Trevor Lawrence as my backup quarterback. It looks gross, and we'll see what happens with him. But he has to show me something for me to have faith and confidence. Uh, Tyrion Davis Price, running back for San Francisco. Next bench player, love it. It's a rookie. Excited about it. Brian Robinson, another rookie at running back, and Zamir White. All three of those rookies could bomb. All three of those rookies could absolutely bomb and not be able to give us any type of value. That's true. It could happen. However, I like taking a risk. I drafted Jamar Chase in a startup dynasty league last year. I think I must have grabbed him with the fifth or sixth pick. People thought I was crazy. Now he's one of the top wide receivers in fantasy. With that said, rookies are always going to be a lottery. You know, you might win, you might lose, but it's worth the shot. It's worth a shot. What I always tell people is when you buy a lottery ticket, you're not buying a lottery ticket because you're trying to win. You're buying a lottery ticket because you want to have the conversation about what you would buy if you win. And I think with these rookies that you pick up late in the draft, that's the conversation. Like, what will be if they actually pop? With that said, I appreciate you rocking with me tonight. Please do me a big favor, subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. Share with a friend, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and follow Game Pick, your freaking fantasy